Good morning. It's time for me to give you an update on my art. Today is kind of an odd day because I don't really have a lot to show. Even though I think I was fairly productive yesterday, I made another strip for the childhood comic strip for my nieces and nephews, and I painted about 4 pages in the teeny tiny sketchbook. I don't have that with me right now, but as I said before, I don't really have a lot to show because it's sort of more of the same thing. I was just painting pages, and they were very similar to each other. Um, so on a day like this, I think I should uh, just show some inspiration from classic cartoonists. Winsor McCay of Little Nemo, George Harriman of Crazy Cat, Walt Kelly's Pogo, the stuff by Walt Disney. That's all good for inspiration. But before we look at today's Little Nemo, I wanted to show you these two sketchbooks. I've shown them on camera before. These are sketchbooks from that I've gotten in the spring. This one is from Hobby Lobby. It's about 120 pages. I think it's going to be thin paper. I haven't opened it yet. The second one was bound by hand. It's from the art fair in the downtown area. Every spring has an art fair. And over the last couple days, I've been wondering what I should put in each of these. I think each of these should be a comic strip short story, and I'm starting to put together some images in my mind. This one, since the paper is thin, it's just going to be black line art. But I'm thinking of adding a little bit of color with markers. So I'm thinking of having black line art, but filling in the blacks with black, red, or yellow. And the reason I pick those three colors, obviously black and white is a good contrast, but when I do something in color, I tend to use red and yellow the most. I tend to mix yellow with everything. You'll notice if that my artwork, a lot of times the oranges are very light. There are not a lot of browns. There are a lot of reds, but also a lot of magentas and kind of reddish purples around. So red and yellow are colors that I use a lot. So I thought this would be interesting to do in just those three colors. Now I'm not going to get to this for another 2 months, but I'm just thinking, just trying to imagine. Oh, and the idea I have in mind is an alien exchange student. So don't ask me what's going to happen. I'm just thinking. Now for this one, I like the way this was bound by hand, and this pattern I've been thinking about. It reminds me of a spider web. So I'm thinking this should be a story that involves spiders and spider webs, a comic strip story, of course. Um, and of course, I have been thinking a lot of Steve Ditko at his passing, so maybe this could be an homage to Spider-Man in a fashion. I don't know, it's going to be a few months before I get to this, so I'm just wondering. But anyway, let's look at today's Little Nemo. I'm not going to look at the book version, let's just look at the giant, oversized calendar. Um, Once again, Winsor McCay doesn't understand punctuation or commas. He crams words in very awkward ways, and the dialogue and the narration is redundant. It should have been one or the other. However, this is from the year, I believe this is 1901, maybe 1900. I could look that up. It doesn't matter. Or no, actually, it's 1906. Okay, that makes more sense. So it's good to see just the beautiful layout, this beautiful draftsmanship, the imagination. Um, Although part of me does want to nitpick all the comma errors. Anyway, let's just look at it. Little Nemo in Slumberland. All right. So Father Time. Yes, yes, I will do my best. Tell the king, King Morpheus, I will do my best. And he's reading a letter so that any audience can read. Dear Father Time, while going your rounds tonight, use your influence to get little Nemo to come to Slumberland with you and this sprite says, if you will tell what a pretty place it is, no comma, he will come, sure. And so with a lot of these Little Nemo strips, we do sort of have an introduction here, and I like how this is framed in kind of an Art Deco style. Okay, so overall, the composition of this, we have getting larger, the same size, and then getting smaller. And this is going to echo the size of Little Nemo as Little Nemo gets bigger, and he's an adult, and then he gets smaller. Okay, so Father Time. Happy New Year to you, sir, and many of them. No punctuation. Narrator. Promptly at 12 o'clock midnight, old Father Time came in and greeted Nemo with a Happy New Year to you. The sudden, unexpected, and, next panel, hurried visit of this quaint old fellow quite upset Nemo, who was up and asking questions immediately. Who, why, where, and how were, next panel, I am the great. Hurry, as I must go around the world tonight. I'll explain all when we get home. Narrator. All Nemo could gasp in his excitement, but Father Time was too busy to stop, so he grabbed up his Inquisitor and flew away into the next panel. Just touch it, and you are 9 years of age. Each year you touch makes you a year older. Nemo. Oh, how it makes me grow when I touch it. It's like a 6 upside down. Little Nemo doesn't know his numbers very well. Narrator. Future, where he could explain how the years were made. When he had arrived at the home of Father Time, Nemo found out all about how... Father Time. You are 15 years old now. Let's see, I'll try 1925 on you. You'll like it. So little Nemo's old enough to fight in the Great War. The years are numbered, now each number affected him. The entertainment was both novel and interesting. Thank you for using the word interesting. All he must do to, little Nemo. I'm a man now, haha. I feel fine. How old am I now? You're 20 years old. Yes, but wait, I'll make you older. What do you say? Become a young man of 25 is touch the year number of 1925. Nemo was thoroughly... Nemo. No, this is enough. Don't want any more of this. No, stop. Father Time. Don't you like it? Well, give me back the numbers and you'll be okay. Delighted with it all until he was asked to touch the year number 1948, when he balked a trifle. But when Father Time... Okay, guessing we start here. No, I must go now to Slumberland for a minute. You may play around, but be careful. Father Time lets the small child play with dangerous objects. Nemo. Oh, how funny. I feel so small. That's splendid. Try it again. Brought him back to himself. Again he was quite reconciled. Father Time then explained that he must step out a minute and cautioned little Nemo, like the sorcerer's apprentice. I'll just try this one by myself and see what it will do. Yes, this one. Nemo to be a good boy until he returned. Nemo is a good boy, but a curious little fellow as well, so when he found himself in this odd... Oh, I can't see, I'm almost blind. Oh, where is he? Oh. I should have been cough, because I'm 100 years old. Place alone, he did just as we might have done. Probably gratified his curiosity. I don't know where the punctuation goes. His knowledge of arithmetic being limited. Now that's the funniest line here. His knowledge of arithmetic being limited. Oh, Father Time, where are you? Come, oh come, and make me a little boy again. Oh. We surmise is what caused his undoing, principally. At any rate, he was undone completely. His efforts screamed loudly with a, and then, of course, we have the final panel. Am I an old man? Oh, mama, oh, mama. Oh, no, you're all right, dear. Mama's here. You were only dreaming. Nemo. Okay, the word Nemo is so tiny and so crammed, I thought it was the word huh or a smudge. Feeble voice, were profitable, but his mama heard him, and so she said, boast of the neighborhood also. So, beautiful comic strip, or should I say a comic page by Winsor McCay, and I hope this is a good inspiration for the morning. Goodbye.